Welcome to the Roxamore Sports presentation live at the Arena with tonight's matchup of the Penn Hills Indians versus the Woodland Hills Wolverines.
Let me help you with your vision, they losing their sight here. Time to send the world a message they might hear. Like Meek Mills, I'm making it quite clear. I'm chasing my dreams and fighting my nightmares. I'm going real hard, I'm talking words you understand, I'm talking real bars. I'm going everywhere you know, I'm talking real far. Yeah, it's time to raise a toast to this thing to the Lord the most. As I go from coast to coast, I'm talking north side, I'm talking south side, I'm talking east side, I'm talking west side. I'm going worldwide, I'm going worldwide, I'm going worldwide, I'm going worldwide. Yeah, it's time to let you know how I spit it when I flow. When I go and light a fuse and I set to let it blow. I'm talking worldwide, I'm going worldwide, I'm going worldwide, I'm going worldwide. Yeah, time to check my status and the GOAT is what it be. And you know I'm over 30, so my level is a G. And I may be from the hood, but I'm way beyond these streets. And my pockets hate a diet, so they always down to eat. Even though they screaming fame, and it's always spelling me. And I'll never hang it up till my mission is complete. And I'm looking at you haters, I suggest you take a seat. Cause it's all fun and games to a killer show his teeth. This is for them cats that be screaming homies. Claiming that you're real, but we know you're phony. Now I'm chilling with my sons, they my one and only. Like the Turner brothers, yeah, we screaming lions only. Step into this den, I welcome all who will dare. Never met a David, tell me whom shall I fear? Gotta rep the nation, black and gold is what I wear. If you look to your left, to your right, I'm everywhere. I'm talking worldwide, I'm going worldwide, I'm going worldwide, I'm going worldwide. Yeah.
Welcome back live. My name is Craig Thomas here live on the Roxamore Sports Network along with guest host LaRon Rockymore sitting in. The Woodland Hills have a great matchup tonight, Friday night under the lights here at the Arena, Western Pennsylvania football. Woodland Hills versus the Penn Hills Indians. This is a backyard rivalry renewed. This series went away about 4 years ago. 5 years ago. At the time, Woodland Hills was leading the series 17 to 12, 29-year rivalry here between the two teams. Most recently, the Woodland Hills Wolverines and the Indians were tied at 5 games apiece up the last 10 years of the rivalry. So this should be a great matchup here. Woodland Hills comes in 1-0. Having a good game last week against Connellsville, beating Connellsville 60 to 20, and Penn Hills comes in 0-1 after losing a tough one to North Allegheny, 27 to 6. Although the score did not show, it was a lot closer game than 27 to 6. Penn Hills was in that game all the way up until the third quarter, where they had turnovers, cost them the game. So we should be in for a treat tonight. My name is Craig Thomas, along with my guest co-host, LaRon Rockymore, the boxer. How you doing tonight, sir?
I'm all right. How you? How you?
Just excited to be here. Good to have you with me.
You and me both. You and me both.
So as the teams get ready for play here, we have some opportunities for these teams to come out. We have the TNT keys to success for tonight. For Penn Hills, the keys are to cut down on penalties, contain Deontay Superman Williams, who had over 250 yards passing last week, and establish their running game get the QP freshman comfortable. And we're set for kick. And the kick is off deep. Bounces at the 10. Is taken by number 12. He breaks off to the left. Misses a tackle. He shoots down the left sideline. He's in pursuit by the Wolverines and pushed out of bounds about the 36 or 37-yard line.
That was definitely a good run by number 42.
Good play there by Penn Hills coming out the gate with a good return. But any of the Woodland Hills keys to success put pressure on QB Julian Duggar. He's a freshman, a phenomenal freshman, very poised young man. Keep him in the pocket. Take advantage of the experience on offense. Get the playmakers involved and keep Penn Hills' defense off balance and make big plays. And Penn Hills comes out and is trying to establish the run. The ball off the right side for a gain of about 3. On to Penn Hills, keys to success. Cut down on penalties. Last week they were hindered greatly on penalties, which cost them tremendously against North Hills. They had some great drives. They couldn't sustain them due to penalties. So Duggar is back in a shotgun formation, flanked by two running backs to his right, and he hands the ball off, coming back on a cross action. Breaks a couple tackles down the left sideline. That's a great run by number 10, Derek Topek. So going to Penn Hills, keys to success. Contain Deontay Williams, establish a running game, get freshman quarterback comfortable, no turnovers, which cost them last game, and do not give up big plays. So as the Penn Hills Indians are on the move here, they come out in 4 wide receiver set. Duggar is back, shotgun. He rolls off to his left. He eludes one tackler, and he steps out of bounds at about the 40.
Small yardages count. Small yardages count. They're going to have to tighten up the defense a little bit more here.
So that was a gain of about 2. So we have an interesting matchup here. We really haven't seen much of Penn Hills this year. They've had a tough game against North Allegheny. And they did lose that game, but like I said earlier, it was a very close game. So Penn Hills is a 2-time conference champion. They won the last 2 years of their conference. And so you can expect those guys, even with young players, they have a lot of freshmen and sophomore. They'll come out and play once they get a little experience.
Most definitely.
Shotgun, fakes the ball. Duggar runs up the left side, and he's in the secondary, and he's taken down by the Wolverines.
Definitely high hopes with this quarterback.
So on those keys to success, we talked about that, about keeping Duggar in the pocket, not letting him win the game with his legs, forcing him to throw the ball. First down and 10 yards to go. Ball's just inside of the 30 for the Indians. 10:34 left in the first period. Fakes the handoff up the middle, hands off over the right side to number 12. Ball goes to Dante Pollard, and he is fighting, grumbling, and stumbling and bumbling. Will not go down and takes the pow down inside of the 15-yard line down to about the 11-yard line.
Penn Hills came out with that energy today. I love it. I love it.
So that was a great run by the young man.
I like how the team just backed him up, trying to push him forward.
All of his linemen got downfield and pushed the power forward. So we got a first down and 10 from the 11-yard line of Woody High. Duggar is back at receiver. He looks left. He throws to the corner, and it's over the head of his receiver, out of bounds. Pass intended for Chase Barney, receiver. 6'2" receiver. So it brings up second down here. Penn Hills goes straight to the line of scrimmage. Once again at the 11-yard line of Woodland Hills. 9:48 left in the first quarter. First quarterback drops the handoff, and he falls on the ball. So it's going to bring up a third down and 10 yards to go at the 14-yard line. 9:26 left here in the first quarter. 0-0 tie. Friday night under the lights. George A. Novak Field. Duggar is back. He rolls out to the left. He directs traffic, and he's chased by a host of Wolverines. He cuts back, cuts up the middle, and he's down, taken down at about the 7-yard line.
That was a beautiful switch in there. Way to find a gap in between the linemen. Really looking forward to seeing this quarterback play today. Already made it exciting. It's just started. The game just started.
Yeah, so far, it's a very manageable field goal here. As when we talked about the keys to success, you have Silverman, a kicker for Penn Hills, who's an excellent foot, has excellent foot. It's good from about 50. We'll see if he can make this chip shot. Snap is down. The snap is up. It's good. Kick is blocked. And blocked by the Wolverines. Defense stands up good. So Penn Hills, after a long drive, get down inside of the 10-yard line and come away empty. 0 points. Great defense by the Wolverines. So coming out for the Wolverines on offense, their junior quarterback, Deontay Superman Williams, had a great game last week against Connellsville. He is a point guard on the basketball team as well. So this young man came in about 4 games in last year and took over as a quarterback, and he's played well ever since. So he come out in little pistol formation, 2 wide receivers to the right, motion, hands the ball off up the middle to number 9, Talene Brooks up the middle for a short gain. It's going to be a second down and a short 9 yards to go for the Wolverines. So for the Wolverines, what they have to do is get their playmakers involved on offense and keep this stout Penn Hills defense off balance. Penn Hills is pretty big and interior up front. They do like to play bump and run, so they get up close on you so you can hit a big play, but when you get an opportunity, you got to hit it.
Just like last week, they're going to have to show us they got a lot of weapons involved into this game.
Second down and 9. Deontay Williams rolls back the pass, and he takes off around the left side, and he runs up the left sideline for a first down. Move the chains for Deontay Williams. Great play by Deontay Williams. He dropped back the pass, didn't see anything he liked, and so he tucked the ball and took off over the left sideline. So we have a 1st and 10 for the Wolverines at about the 36-yard line. Come out in the pistol set, hand the ball off up the middle to Talene Brooks up the middle. Looks like he gains about 5 yards off the right side there. Great blocking, pretty good hold for Brooks.
I'm trying to understand what the coaches got in store for both teams. I see both teams coming out with running plays off the gate. I'm trying to understand whether one team is just trying to run the clock and then get the slight edge, or are they trying to just catch a slight edge, hopefully with a run play, with a lucky run play, outdoing the defense.
Well, I think that both teams come out with the intention to establish the run, and then ultimately, at least for the Wolverines, the passing game is their strength. So hand off to Brooks off the left side there for a short gain. So that'll take the ball up to about the 44-yard line. That will bring up a 3rd down and 3. But as you noted, both teams have come out, look like they're trying to establish the run. But I think that the Wolverines understand that they have many weapons and they need to establish the run, but they ultimately will be throwing this ball. But as far as the Indians are concerned, last week they did not establish their run against North Allegheny, but they need to do it today to get their freshman quarterback, comfortable. So 3rd down and 3, shotgun formation. It's a handoff over the right side, and the running back is stacked up and taken down hard. Brings up a 4th down here. Look like we got a penalty on the play here. And the Indians look like they're celebrating as if they assume that the penalty is against the Wolverines. What did you see there, LeBron?
I saw the Penn Hills Indians celebrating, but I don't know if it was just unlike sportsmen, the conduct. Oh, I didn't even see it. I thought it was unsportsmanlike conduct. I mean, I see both teams bringing that energy, so I say let it ride. But I didn't see any unnecessary roughness between both teams or both players or any player.
So that call was on number 57 of the Wolverines, which backs them up to about the 29-yard line. So they'll be punting the ball, and the Indians will get pretty good field position. Back deep for the Indians is number 12, Dante Pollard, who's a wide receiver and a running back, defensive back, but short kick, and it bounces at about the 40-yard line and rolls into about the 39-yard line, where Penn Hills Indians will take over on downs. So after two series, we're still even here at the Wolverina, live on Roxamore Sports Network. Craig Thomas, along with co-host LaRon Rockymore. So we have a stoppage in play, and we'll be right back to the Wolverina. Yep. So back live here at the Wolverina. Two series so far. Both teams have moved the ball pretty well. What did you see so far, LaRon?
So basically, I saw more so both teams trying to establish the run. I wonder if, Woodland Hills will, tighten up their defense, trying to expect the more running plays, or will they try to still widen out, leave the man coverage and stay in the zone for, the pass plays. But it's all unexpected because Penn Hills, I see they got a lot of weapons, especially with the cornerback that can run the ball so well. It's just kind of hard to pick off, what to really attack, whether to stay in zone, go in man, blitz. It's just all hard to understand. I know they might be spinning for a loop right now, but I believe their defense will hold it down.
So we're just about ready for live action again. The Indians are taking over at the 40-yard line. Shotgun formation, a jet sweep forward. Number 5, number 6 around the left end. He's under heavy pursuit, and he gains about 6 yards on the play. That was Noel Roach. He is a great wide receiver there. Great runner about the left side. He gains about 6 yards. So it's going to bring up a 2nd down and 4. So Penn Hills lines up over the ball, no huddle, on about the 46-yard line, shotgun formation. Duggar over the left side, gives him a leg, takes it up inside for a 1st down.
Beautiful running play.
Great run by the freshman quarterback, giving Deontay Williams, the other quarterback for the Wolverines, giving him a leg and taking it away, and gets upfield for the 1st down. Shotgun formation for the Indians. Duggar's back to pass. He rolls out under pressure, rolls to his right, and he's being pursued by a host of Wolverines, taken down for no gain. So it'll be 2nd down and 10 yards to go.
I see here that the Indians they trying to get off some passes, but it seems like the running game is the strongest game to run. It's more established rather than passing. Passing the defense is kind of more onto it, but the running plays it kind of leaves a little bit of openings.
So Duggar, freshman quarterback, is back in the shotgun formation. 2 running backs, hands the ball off, and he's hit immediately in the backfield for a short gain. Falls forward across the 45 to the 44 for a gain of about 2 yards. Third down, brings up a 3rd down and 8 yards to go for Duggar. He's in a pistol formation, 4 wide receiver set. Trying to get the Wolverines off sides there, and no success. Calls the play out to his team. Looks like we're set for a play. Fakes the ball up the middle and pass. Tried to do a bubble screen off to the right, and it was incomplete. Pass was intended for, looked like number 3, Chase Barney. Pass was incomplete, so it looks like the Indians will have to punt here. So a great night of football here in Western Pennsylvania, a backyard rivalry renewed with Penn Hills Indians just down the road coming to the Wolverina. And both of these teams are looking for a great victory tonight. And the punt snap is up. Looks like the punt is going to be a little short. Takes a bounce at about the 20-yard line. Goes in out of bounds and is down at about the 14-yard line. So Wolverines will start out deep in their own territory at the 14-yard line.
I see that both teams here, they kind of established the defense a little bit better here. How Penn Hills was able to turn over the ball a lot faster than the first series.
So we have a stoppage in play, a media timeout right now. So as we looked at this game, we wanted to break it down. And those of you that follow football understand that there's 3 phases of football. And we looked at the defense, both defenses. We said they're about even. So it looks that way right now. Special teams, we gave the advantage to Penn Hills based on their kicker, Silverman. He's a great kicker. He has the ability to kick a field goal from about 50 yards out. And we gave the offense advantage to Woodland Hills due to their quarterback being a little more seasoned and more experienced, Deontay Williams. He's a junior. He started 5 games last year. So it should be a pretty even matchup, LaRon, as we move forward. Great night for football. Great night to be here in Western Pennsylvania. Young men are excited to be out and are excited to be renewing this rivalry where they have an opportunity to play against people that are close to their own neighborhood that they see often and have bragging rights for the next year.
Absolutely. This is definitely an exciting game. Both teams bringing so much energy to the table.
So the Wolverines come out in a 4 wide receiver set, shotgun formation for Deontay Williams.
To be on the 14-yard line, I hope they bring up some yardage here.
Scoreless, first quarter, 3 minutes and 15 seconds left to go. First down, Deontay Williams looks to his left. He has a wide receiver wide open, catches the ball, and goes up the left sideline. That was complete. That was his big receiver, Tariq Scipio. Look for a big play from that young man all night.
I always knew the passing game was strong from Woodland Hills, especially from the last game. Last game, the passing plays were just unbelievable.
So once again, you give Woodland Hills a slight advantage on the offense because they do have more experience with Deontay Williams having played last year and started 5 games and having experience time with his wide receiver. But they're lined up in shotgun formation, 4 wides again. Deontay Williams rolls out, and he looks downfield, and he tucks the ball down, and he runs up the right sideline for about a 5-yard gain. So it looks like it'll be, about a 7-yard gain. So it'll be second and a short 2, or a short 3, or a long 2. So looks like Deontay Williams is starting to open up the offense for the Wolverines, dropped back the pass the last couple times, and has some success. He's a very mobile quarterback as well. So you have 2 great young quarterbacks here in this backyard rivalry matchup. And Woodland Hills, Deontay Williams in a pistol formation, hands the ball off, fakes it up the middle, and he tries to keep it around the right side, and he's taken down for a loss. And we have another flag on the play. So it looks like from Penn Hills celebrating once again, looks like this penalty will be against the Wolverines, but we'll get the call from the referee.
All this curiosity of what the penalty's on.
So we have a great matchup going here. Friday night under the lights, brought to you by Roxamore Sports at the George A. Novak Field. Woodland Hills Wolverina. Penalty is 15-yard personal foul against the Wolverines, number 57, which backs him up here to make it a third down and about 17 to go. So go from a 2nd and 2 to like a third down and 17 or 18 yards to go.
They can't keep affording these penalties.
Penalties, once again, penalties can back you up and cost you a drive and cost you a game. So you must be disciplined there. Young men got to keep their composure. So third down, 17. Deontay Williams is back to pass. He throws the ball short in a flat over the left side. Pass is complete, brings up fourth down and about 11 yards to go. So you can look for the Wolverines to come out and punt here. So we're looking at two schools and programs that historically are good. Woodland Hills is trying to get back on the right track. Coach Tim Bossick has them ready to go. They came out and won the first game decisively over Connellsville, and Penn Hills comes out and they lose their first game. Ball takes a big bounce and it's taken by number 12. Takes the ball. Pollard picks the ball up on a hop, and he's taken down at about the 21-yard line. Once again, both schools are looking to reestablish themselves this year and come and get a good win against a good opponent here in Western Pennsylvania football.
These are two phenomenal teams going at it here, colliding. It's just amazing to watch. All this energy, all this hype.
So when you think about the last 10 years of records being even, play between these two teams, and then the overall series, the Wolverines were leading at 17-12 before it ended. But this is a backyard rivalry, so you throw the records out the window when it comes to that. No score in our opening quarter here. 2 minutes and 21 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. 0-0 score. Woodland Hills versus the Penn Hills Indians here in the opening quarter, live at the George A. Novak Field. Penn Hills freshman quarterback Julian Duggar is back, hands the ball off to the left side, wide side of the field, and number
Beautiful
12,
hit.
Dante Pollard is hit hard after a gain of about 8 yards, about 7.5, 8 yards there on the carry. So that's a great first down. You can get your quarterback comfortable there. You gain 8 yards on the first down. Shotgun formation for Pollard. For Duggan. He hands the ball off up the middle to number 10. Jerry Topek up the middle. So it's a first down and 10 yards to go for the Indians at the 37-yard line. Quarterback is back to pass. He throws his little jet screen. Receiver number 11,
Way to keep fighting for the extra yards.
Jaden Duggar. Julian throws the ball off to the left side, a little jet screen to his brother, and he completes the pass and gains about 9 yards on the play. Duggar to Duggar. So that was their only, they accounted for their only score last week against North Allegheny, the pass. So back in the shotgun, he hands the ball off over the left side to Derek Topek, and he gets a lot of running room up there in that Wolverine defense. Gain of about 16 yards. We're under 1 minute here in the first quarter, and Penn Hills Indians are on the move.
Let's see if they can score before the quarter's over.
Handoff up the middle. Topek has running room. And he's taken down inside the 30, down at the 25-yard line. So with about 30 seconds left here in the first quarter, the Indians are starting to gas the Wolverines. They're finding some room, running room on the inside.
I believe they'll just try to get it up there just close enough for the kick. Probably just take the three. But if they can score, they'll take the opportunity.
Wouldn't be surprised. Duggar over the right side, and he gets the corner, and he goes out of bounds here. with 10.4 seconds left on the first quarter clock.
Definitely a way to definitely a good strategy to stop the clock right here.
Since the Indians have established a run, I look for them to try to throw a pass here in the near future since they got the Wolverines coming up expecting a run. I wouldn't be surprised to see Duggar to Duggar here. It looks like second down and about 2.5 yards to go. Penn Hills is no huddle. Southpaw, Duggar, shotgun formation, little pistol formation, hands the ball off, fakes it to the left, rolls out, and he's looking for a receiver, and he runs, and he's out of bounds there with 2.3 seconds left to go on the first quarter clock. So that was a good fake by Duggar. He faked the ball to the right, and he took off on a rollout for the quarterback around the left side, and he gets the first down. So it's going to be a first down and 10 yards to go at about the 14-yard line of the Wolverines with 1.5 seconds left. 4 receivers set. Pistol formation for Duggar from the 13-yard line. Calling out the play for his teammates.
There's a lot of hype here. There's a lot of tension here. A lot of
Shotgun formation. Snap is a little high. Handled by Duggar well. He rolls off to the left. Couple Wolverines there. And he shuffle passes it forward to number 3. Looks like shuffle pass forward to number 3, Chase Barney, on a reception. So the freshman quarterback has showed himself well so far. No mistakes by the young man, and he's looked very poised. He's running the ball well. So this is a very close matchup. I expect to see a great game. So at the end of the first quarter, Woodland Hills 0, Penn Hills 0. And we'll be right back. Welcome back to the Wolverina. While we were away, there was another unsportsmanlike conduct on the Wolverines, which set the Indians up deep in the Wolverine territory at about the 1-yard line. They ran a play, wildcat formation, to Topek. First time he was stopped, and this time it looks like he gets in for the score. And we have 2 more penalties on the play. So welcome back live on Roxamore Sports Friday night under the lights. Craig Thomas along with my guest co-host, LaRon Rockymore. We have a great matchup, Western Pennsylvania football, 2 powerhouse teams, backyard rivalry, and we just had our first score of the night. 15-yard penalty on number 10 after scoring the touchdown. Topek is called for a unsportsmanlike conduct. The penalty will be assessed on the kickoff, which means that the Wolverines should start out in a great field position. So we'll see if the Indians can complete this extra point. They had a short kick blocked earlier, and we'll see. Hold is in, is good, and the kick is up and down, is good. So with 11 minutes and 40 seconds left here in the second quarter, the Indians strike first blood, and they lead the Wolverines here at George A. Novak Field 7-0. Friday night under lights, Roxamore Sports.
Hopefully, Penn Hills is definitely going to come out. You know, I hope Penn Hills definitely come out staying strong, but I hope what more so Woodland Hills come out and put something on the board too. You know, now they got something to fight for here. Now they got something to look forward to.
So the Wolverines need to get going on their offense. They had some success passing the ball in their last series, but once again was backed up due to penalties and stalled the drive. But Penn Hills on that last drive looked like they found something that they liked, and it was a lot of running there as they ran the ball down the field to Pater to get a touchdown, but it was assisted by a couple penalties by the Wolverines, which cannot happen if you want to beat a good team. So the Wolverines have a 1-0 record, as again they stated that they beat Connellsville last week here at home 60-20. The Indians lost a tough one at North Allegheny last week 27-6. But the Indians led most of that game until about the third quarter when they had a turnover and the North Allegheny took over from there and actually expanded their lead.
Let's see how Woodland Hills will respond to this 7-0. I know they don't want to leave out this game with a donut. I know they do want to leave out this game with a donut, but like as in their record, I know they want to stay 1-0, 2-0, 3-0. So I think they should fight a little bit harder against Penn Hills.
So the Indians are backed up and they'll be kicking the ball off from the 25-yard line, which should lead to the Wolverines to have good field position here starting out this next drive. And a kick from Silverman is deep, taken at about the 25-yard line, going up the right side, and he has a little bit of a guide, and he gets to the sideline, he cuts up, and he's still stutter stepping, and he's pushed out of bounds. So we see more laundry on the field here. Looks like another penalty on the play.
The kicker just made that tackle? That looked like unnecessary roughness, though, because, he was definitely out of bounds by the time he tackled him. But
so we'll see what the referee has.
Yeah, I thought so.
So Woodland Hills comes out of this
thing
they come out of this thing with great field position. Penn Hills has a 15-yard penalty.
Yeah, and not only with the 15-yard penalty, but a good run by number 3.
Yeah, that was a great run back by Eshawn Carter, number 3 for the Wolverines. He played well last week as well. He had a few carries in there, a couple catches, kick returns, punt returns. So he's been very instrumental. Deontay Williams comes out with the Wolverines on the 30-yard line of the Indians, hands the ball off up the middle. Looked like he handed the ball off up the middle to Lean Brooks. It's going to be tough sledding up that middle with the Indians, as they're a stout defensive. Their defensive line, defensive front is very stout. They have a big defensive line, so I would look for the Wolverines to spread them out, maybe run some misdirection, some jet speed.
I would tell them go back to their strengths and use their pass plays. This is definitely a good time. If they can, they at least get a good 20 yards off of a pass play.
So we have a penalty on the play. Look like we have a encroachment on the defense here. So that's going to assist the Wolverines and give them a 5-yard penalty. It's going to give them a second down and about 4 yards to go. So it takes it slightly inside the 25-yard line. So it's a great drive here, assisted by the great run back and the penalties by Penn Hills. Penn Hills struggled last week against North Allegheny with a lot of penalties, and that actually cost them the game because they were unable to sustain drives last week. Shotgun formation, Deontay Williams is back as he throws the ball deep, and he has a receiver, and he overthrows his receiver slightly.
I see he was looking for the pass interference.
Dante Pollard for the Indians on the coverage for the Indians. That was a great coverage, but looked like Scipio had the slight edge. Needed to be a little bit more accurate of a pass, but overall, great throw. Third down, that brings up a third down and about 3 yards to go here at the 24-yard line for the Wolverines. They come out in a 4-wide receiver set. Shotgun formation for Deontay Williams, and he has scrambles, and he takes off up the middle, and he scoots up the middle, and he gets close to the first down. And it looks like first down for the Wolverines. So great run by Deontay Williams as he was under pressure.
Definitely a great run under pressure. I could tell he didn't know what to do. He just said, run that. Run it up the middle, try to get the first down. It was coming too close.
So that brings up a first down and 10 at about the 20-yard line for the Wolverines. They come out in a 4-wide receiver set, shotgun formation for junior quarterback Deontay Williams. Hands the ball off up the middle. Running back has a little room there.
I see Woodland Hills trying to fight for this set.
Number 21, Eric Seibels on the carry. Brings up a second down and 3. Eric Seibels is a 5'10 running back. Played last week. He had a few good runs. And so we look forward to seeing what that young man can do this week. And he is a junior, 5'10 junior. So Wolverines set up with a second down and about 3 yards to go from the 13-yard line. And they hand the ball off up the middle. Seibels is taken down right at the line of scrimmage, maybe for a short loss. So that's going to bring up a third down and about 5 yards to go for the Wolverines.
Oh, score 7-0, Penn Hills in the lead. Woodland Hills still trailing behind. Hopefully we get a good turnaround from Woodland Hills as they fight through to try to get to the touchdown. 8 minutes left, 25 seconds left on the clock.
So Wolverines are lined up at the far hash. Third down and about 4. Shotgun formation. Fakes the handoff, and Deontay Williams, and he goes up the middle. Woodland Hills touchdown. So Superman has entered the building. Deontay Williams, great fake, off to the right side, follows the blockers up the middle, and goes in for Pater. Draws the Wolverines closer, 7-6 here, and 8 minutes and 12 seconds left to go in the second quarter.
Knowing Woodland Hills are going to try to go for the lead and take this 2-point conversion.
So the Wolverines come out, 2-point conversion set, shotgun formation. Talene Brooks, 4 wide receivers, flanks to the left, throws the ball up the middle. Williams' pass is batted down.
That was really good defense by Penn Hills Indians.
So the score, with 8 minutes and 12 seconds left to go in the second quarter, Penn Hills 7, Woodland Hills 6. So that drive by the Wolverines, they came down, and that drive was greatly assisted. A great kickoff, great field position due to the unsportsmanlike penalty on the Indians that actually gave the Wolverines good field position. Initially, they kicked off from the 25-yard line.
That was more so that slight edge Penn Hills was getting from Woodland Hills with the penalties Woodland Hills was giving up, and now like it was almost as if they just returned the favor. But still with Woodland Hills trailing behind Penn Hills by 1 point.
So getting ready for kickoff here. This is an even matchup. Great to see these two teams playing again. This is their first time that they've played since 2015. The last 10 years, it's been an even matchup between the Wolverines and the Indians. It's a great matchup, great backyard rivalry. I'm Craig Thomas, along with my guest co-host, LaRon Rockymore, bringing you Friday Night Lights on Roxamore Sports Network, live from George A. Novak Field. And the kick is off, and it's out of bounds on the right side. So the penalty marker comes out, and it looks like the Indians will take over at about the 35-yard line. So you're just joining us, we'd like to tell you that the first quarter was scoreless, 0 score in the first quarter, and Penn Hills comes down, aided by some penalties, and Topek takes it in on a wildcat run from the 1-yard line, and the Wolverines get a touchdown back, aided by, it looks like we'll have a re-kick. It looked like we had an illegal procedure call. So the Wolverines are backed up a little bit, and they'll re-kick the ball. But the Wolverines get the ball in great field position, drive down, aided by penalties of the Indians, and get in for a score. And they missed the 2-point conversion. It's been difficult for the Wolverines with that 2-point conversion, so we'll see how they can work that out. The kick again, once again, great kick there. Kicks the ball deep. Ball's taken at about the 15-yard line, up to about the 25 to the 35, just about at the 40-yard line. Great return by the speedy returnman for Penn Hills. Great run.
I'm very curious to how Penn Hills' offense is going to respond to that last touchdown that Woodland Hills just gave up. Still in this game, with only being second quarter, 7-6, it's still anyone's game.
So I'd like to see how Wolverines' defense is going to respond. They got gashed the last time they were on the field. Penn Hills found something they liked, and they started exposing it and were running the ball at will down the field. So Duggar comes out in shotgun formation, and he draws back, and he has a little pressure, and he takes off running up to the pocket on the left side for a gain of about 7 yards. Great run by the young man, Julian Duggar, freshman. He's very poised for a young freshman player. Pistol formation, 4 receivers set. Duggar is back, looks over to the sidelines, gets the play. Wolverines is paying looks like a 4-2 defense there. Fakes the ball, and he runs over the left side. He gets the first down. He's taken down at about the 47-yard line of the Wolverines.
This is definitely an interesting game here, with Penn Hills gaining a lot of yards off the run. I wonder what Woodland Hills is thinking to try to stop these run plays, because I know it has to frustrate them that Penn Hills is gaining all these yards just from the run.
Yeah, Duggar is very, very poised for a freshman quarterback, young man. He hands the ball off over the right side for a short gain, but there's a little scrum going on, a little extracurricular activity, looks like. Players unpiled, no flags come out, so it looks like short gain. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 9. So Duggar calls out the play. He's lined up in a little pistol formation. 3 wide receiver set. Fakes the ball off to the right. Throws the ball, screen pass off to the, and it looks like it's intercepted. I'm not sure. The referees call it an interception by the Wolverines. One of our keys to success there. Great defense by the Wolverines.
Beautiful defense. I know they were just waiting for that one pass play to where they can just counteract on it, and I see they did.
Looks like Michael James of the Wolverines came out as Duggar rolled out to that side, and he read the play the whole time. He stepped in front of it, made a great defensive play to get that interception, put the Wolverines back in business just outside the 50-yard line. we'll see what they can do here.
This is that game changer the Woodland Hills was looking for right here. This is that exact game changer. And I could just tell that just brought so much momentum to the offense.
So that's a big turnover here. You know, usually the teams that win the turnover battle win the game, and it looks like Williams takes off up the middle, and Deontay Williams goes up over the right side after he fakes the ball to Talene Brooks. After he fakes the ball to Talene Brooks up over the right side on a little sweep action, and he gets a first down. So that's a great play call, great misdirection. Looks like Coach Bossert has his guys ready to play here. So it's a great matchup here. 5 minutes and 57 seconds left to go here in the second quarter. Tight score. Penn Hills leading at the Wolverina 7-6. So we have trips to the left with a little motion. Brooks runs. He hand the ball off to Brooks going up the middle, and he stumbles forward. Great handoff to get that young man the ball in space. So it looks like a pickup of about 8 yards on that first down. So it's a second down, and about 2 yards ago, Wolverines come out in a 5-receiver set that time.
There's definitely a lot of tension between these teams. And I can tell they're trying to keep it all in and just leave it all on the field.
So it's a little strange due to us not having fans here. But back in the day when this rivalry was in full swing, this place would be rocking right now with 13,000 fans. People would be standing room only. Wolverines come out, shotgun set. Williams fakes the ball, and he runs over the left side, and he does not go down, and he fights for extra yardage, and he's taken down for no gain. So it's going to bring up a third down and 2 yards. Great job there by Noel Rhodes from the safety, comes up for a run support against Deontay Williams.
With Deontay Williams being our quarterback and him being like a key player right now, you know, I would kind of move on to switching to using another player at this point because he is taking a lot of contact. Don't get me wrong, you know, he could take a lot, but there's only so much a human can take.
So he come out in a 4 wide receiver set, shotgun formation. Deontay Williams back to pass, and he rolls out to the right. He has plenty of room. He has a receiver deep, and he throws the ball up, and it's batted down. So it looks like the Wolverines are in 4-down territory here. I'm pretty sure this is a little long for them to try field goal, so it looks like they'll be going for it here. So Deontay Williams goes to the sideline and gets the play call. From Coach Bostert, and he goes in the huddle.
That play, I would suggest using Deontay Williams one last time just to get that first down. So, I wouldn't have went straight for the touchdown, but that first down was definitely a key to get, you know, with only 3 minutes and 58 seconds left in the quarter.
So 4th down, shotgun formation, 5 wide receiver. Deontay Williams takes the ball, and he goes forward, and he goes in for the first down. Deontay Williams on the quarterback keeper picks up the first down with the run off the right-hand side.
Just as I thought. See, they thinking like me. I'm down there, but I'm not down there.
So Woodland Hills Wolverines are on the move here. First down and 10 yards to go from about the 29-yard line of the Indians. So they're trying to make a statement here to come out and let you know that they're trying to restore the roar to the Wolverina. So Deontay Williams comes out, shotgun formation, 4 wide receiver set, flanked by Brooks on the left side. Deontay Williams. There's a stoppage in play. Looks like defense jumped offside, so it'll be encroachment on the Indians. One of the keys to success for the Indians was to not have so many penalties today, and they started out pretty well, but here lately they've been getting called for some penalties. So you want to have a clean game. You want your players to play discipline, not commit any drive aiding penalties. You want your players to just come out and play football. So with a first down and 5 yards to go, Wolverines had the ball, shotgun formation, hand the ball off to the right side to Talene Brooks, and he shakes a tackle off, and Brooks gains about 4 yards, gets close to the first down. It'll bring up a second down and about a long one.
Woodland Hills had really good field position here, starting here on the 20-yard line, with only at the second down, 2nd and 1, or maybe even inches.
So the Wolverines come out, they break the huddle with a 4 wide receiver set. Brooks flanking Deontay Williams, back to pass. He looks to his right. He starts rolling out to his right. He tucks the ball, takes off, breaks the tackle. He cuts back across the field, and he has one player to beat, and he is in for the touchdown. Great run by Superman. Deontay Williams shakes off about 3 or 4 tackles, gives him a leg, cuts it up. Touchdown, and the Wolverines have their first lead of the night. And no doubt they'll be coming out for 2 here as they leave 12-7 with 1 minute and 55 seconds left to go in the second quarter.
Woodland Hills taking the lead here. Not even surprised. Beautiful run by Deontay Williams.
So Deontay Williams is 5'11", about 171 pounds, but he broke through and got that ball across the line again. Shotgun formation, he looks to the right and he throws the ball up to his receiver, and the ball is tipped Scipio and passes incomplete. So 2-point conversion is no good. So we have a 12-7 lead for the Wolverines here late in the second quarter. I'm Craig Thomas with my co-host, LaRon Rockymore, live on Roxamore Sports, and we'll be right back. Welcome back live to the Wolverina. Friday night, under the lights, we have a pooch kick, and the ball is out, and it's under the pile.
There.
We'll see who comes up with it. Live on Roxamore Sports at the Wolverina, we have a matchup with Woodland Hills versus the Penn Hills Indians. Woodland Hills comes out with a little onside kick, catches Penn Hills off guard, and almost recovered the ball. So that was a great call, opportunity there for the Wolverines to get the ball back right before halftime. So the kicker comes up and he just dribbled the ball forward and he followed it and almost recovered it. So Penn Hills comes out with the ball. Good field position at 1st and 10 at about the 35-yard line. Duggar hands the ball off. Running back has all kind of room, and he runs the ball. Topek takes the ball up, starts on the left side, cuts it back to the right for a gain of about 20-yard gain on that play. So 1 minute and 43 seconds left on the clock. We have a player down on the field for the Wolverines. So far, we've seen a great game, great matchup. It's an even matchup, as we stated it would be early in the game. These teams are evenly matched. Both defenses are very good. Offense, we gave the edge to the Wolverines because they had more experience on the offensive side, especially at the quarterback position. But special teams, we gave the edge to the Indians, and so far it's pretty much held true. One of the things that we looked at was the teams that turned the ball over generally have a tough time winning a game. So far, the Indians have turned the ball over early, led to the Wolverines going down and getting some points off of the turnover.
Definitely round of applause for my man walking off the field, still being able to walk on his own. That's not always the case, but we're glad it's his.
So it looks like number 61, Amari Moore, was injured, and he got up and walked off on his own volition there. So it looks like the Indians come out in a 4 wide receiver set, little pistol formation. Duggar hands the ball off, and he's bottled up right at the line of scrimmage. So Penn Hills takes a timeout here with 1 minute and 33 seconds left to go on the clock. Late in the second quarter. So we have a timeout on the field, a stoppage in play. Woodland Hills is leading the Penn Hills Indians 12-7. Once again, this rivalry being renewed. They haven't played. So once again, it's Craig Thomas at the Wolverina, and we'll be right back. Welcome back on Roxamore Sports Live at the Wolverina. Late in the second quarter, Penn Hills has the ball driving into Woodland Hills territory, trailing Woodland Hills 7-12. I'm Craig Thomas, along with my guest co-host, LaRon Rockymore, and we are getting down to about 1 minute left to go in the first half. It brings up a third down and about 5 yards to go for the Indians. Duggar fakes the ball, and he tries to hand it off over the left side, and he's taken down for a short gain of about 2 yards. Looks like Penn Hills will call another timeout. Brings up a fourth down here.
One minute left on the clock. Can Penn Hills put something on the board before we go to halftime?
So Penn Hills is a two-time conference champ, the Northeast Conference. They have a little bit more competition in that conference this year as Pine Richland was added to that conference. And they also have to play against North Hills, which is normally a good team as well. So the Wolverines lead by 5 here with 1 minute left to go in the second quarter over the Indians. Indians are marching, trying to get some points on here right before half. Freshman quarterback Julian Duggar has represented himself well. He's back in the shotgun formation, 4 wide receiver set. Fourth down, he hands the ball over to the left side. Topek busts out through the crowd, and he takes the ball down to about the 15-yard line. So great run by number 10, Derek Topek. He was one of our players to watch, running back for Penn Hills. Come out with about 47 seconds left. They fake the ball. Duggar's back to pass. He's under pressure. He rolls to his right, and he looks deep into the end zone. And diving play. Incomplete pass for number 12, Dante Pollard.
That's something else.
So that's one thing. Pollard was open in the back of the end zone, but Duggar just short-armed it. But he was on a run and under pressure. So, but the young man missed that one. So it brings up about a second down and 10 yards to go with 38.6 seconds left to go. Penn Hills comes out in 4 wide receiver set, shotgun formation, fakes the ball up the middle. Duggar rolls out to the left. Nobody's home. He takes off running, and he runs out of bounds. Looks like inside the 10 at about the 7-yard line.
Definitely a good way to sneak a few yardages in and stopping the clock at that. Try to get in some more points on the board before halftime.
So that brings up a 3rd down and 2 yards to go. 3rd and 1 yard to go for the Indians. Here with 31.9 seconds left to go in the second quarter. Duggar is in a shotgun formation, flanked with Topek to the right. 3 wide receivers set to the right. 1 wide receiver to the left. Hands the ball off up the middle to Topek, and he fights into the end zone. He carries a host of Wolverines into the end zone. And he's down at the 1-yard line.
Oh, they're not trying to give it to him.
25.2 seconds left to go. They called him down. It looked like it was a touchdown. The clock is running.
I'd have gave it to him. He fought for that one.
Duggar to Topek, and he stopped short. Great defensive play by the Wolverines there to come up and stop Topek short.
I think someone's hurt on the field. Oh, no, he got up. Okay, he's good.
So
I know
15.
Penn Hills is frustrated right now.
So Penn Hills is trying to take the lead here on the late in the second quarter with 15.3 seconds left, trailing the Wolverines 12-7. Penn Hills Indians just used their last time out, so no doubt that they will be going with a heavy set formation, getting their big fellas in the game here to try to drive this ball in to take the lead right before halftime.
Oh, for something exciting, I need someone to jump over the O-line. The whole O-line.
So it looks like the Indians come out with jumbo set. Looking forward to see the Indians hand the ball off to Topek, or they fake the ball. Duggar fakes the ball. It looks like a wildcat formation. Penn Hills comes out in a wildcat formation. Topek gets the ball, and it's over his head. Ball is snapped over his head.
Oh, my goodness.
And it's picked up by the Wolverines. And they stop the Indians. So the Indians try to get fancy.
Woodland Hills.
The Indians try to get fancy with a wildcat formation. The ball snapped over the head of Topek, and 8.1 seconds left. The Wolverines take over on downs. So turnovers. Difference in the game right now, ladies and gentlemen. So as you see, a great matchup here between 2 great teams, 2 well-coached teams, but the difference can be turnovers.
The Penn Hills coach is on fire right now. I can only imagine.
So after watching the game last week, the Indians had some problems with their snap last week. Couple high over Duggar's head, but he was able to handle some. Tonight it's been pretty good. There's been a couple snaps high, but the Wolverines have 8.1 seconds left to go, and Williams drops back, and he looks like he's going to throw a Hail Mary. He takes off, and he runs up the middle, and he has an open field, and he has a blocker, and he's off to the left side, crosses over the 50-yard line, and that will be the end of the half, ladies and gentlemen. A great matchup here, live at the George A. Novak Field. Live on Roxamore Sports, I'm Craig Thomas, along with my co-host, LaRon Rockymore. Wolverines are up 12-7 at halftime, and we'll be right back.
Hello, I'm Leon Rockymore, founder and CEO of Roxamore Sports, Media, and Ministries. The beginning of grief from home services, it was an epiphany moment for me. I had a relative that recently passed away during this COVID-19 epidemic. I had family members up and down the East Coast, down in Florida, Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina, all the way up. The funeral was here in Pittsburgh. The funeral home wouldn't let no more than 10 people in to view the body. I said, you know what? They're not going to get an opportunity to have closure with my family member, with their family member. And so it began. I began to say, why not take what we have, what we've done with the sports network, and now open up a new department in Roxamore and make a new platform for grief for home services. It's a ministry because it's service, and we are here to serve. We want to help families be able to still attend the funeral. We will go there, stream it for you, and you'll be able to watch it in real time with the loved ones who are there. Sometimes we just don't want to be alone. And we want the families who are grieving for their loved ones to know that they're not alone, that Roxamore is in this with you. I am in this with you. We stand together to help you grieve, to help you have closure, and to help support you through these difficult times until it passes. And this too shall pass. But we will be here ready to serve you, your family, and your friends. May God be with you. May God bless you and keep you during this difficult time.
Hi, welcome to Fit for Boxing Club.
Here at Fit for Boxing, you'll find a fast, fun, and effective workout where you can burn up to 1,000 calories.
Come try a free class at Fit for Boxing, where beginners are always welcome. It's fun for the whole family, people of all ages. Old or young, it doesn't matter. In addition to our trainer-led workouts, we also offer private lessons, community fundraiser and team building events for local companies and more.
Hi, my name's Mario. I've been a member of Fit 4 Boxing for a little over a year now. If you need to get a good workout in, come to Fit 4 Boxing, and Rich and his staff will take care of each and every one of you.
Fit for Boxing Club is located in Hampton Township, just outside of the city of Pittsburgh on William Flynn Highway. Come learn how to box and have fun. Call Fit 4 Boxing Club at 412-213-3584 or visit our website at www.fit4boxingclub.com.
Welcome back live at the Woodland Hills Wolverina Friday Night Lights, live on Roxamore Sports Network. I'm Craig Thomas here at the Wolverina, where the Wolverines lead the Penn Hills Indians 12-7. I'm solo tonight, missing my partner in crime, Sam the Lumberjack Timbers. We love you. Safe you get back with us. So far tonight, we've had a great matchup. We have a freshman quarterback for the Indians. Doug showed himself well for his team and his family, and he's completed some passes, but he showed elusiveness. He scrambled, gotten out of the pocket. But one of the big things, the keys to success for the Indians was for them not to turn the ball over. So they had two opportunities really to score. One of them was late in the second quarter where they were driving the ball down. They went to a wildcat formation. Great running back. Wolverines took over. Another time, the Indians were driving. Duggar rolled out to his right, tried to hit a receiver in the flat, and was a little bit off target, but the Wolverine defender made a great play, come up with the interception. Wolverines go down and score and take the lead. So that's where we're at right now, 12-7. Woodland Hills is leading here at the Wolverina. As for the Wolverine side, they had quite a few penalties in the first half of play, a couple unsportsmanlike conducts. But the people on the offense, namely their leader on offense, Deontay Williams, the quarterback, their floor, he was as good as advertised. He got out, made a couple plays, and he accounted for both the scoring plays for the Wolverines. So the score is 12-7. Deontay Williams has scored twice for the Wolverines. Wolverines having a little, so they had to go for two on both of those attempts after the touchdown. Did not get the extra point. So that's where we're at with the score. So as we said, as advertised, a great matchup here in Western Pennsylvania football. I'm Craig Thomas, live at the George A. Novak Field. We have a great rivalry that's been renewed and restored here. Penn Hills is probably about 15 minutes here from the Wolverina. These teams played rivalry. So they played for 29 years. You've seen these teams come out here and play each other, and it was a fairly even match. Woodland Hills had an edge of 17-12 before the rivalry ended. But over the last 5 years, it's been an even match, split 5. So as we stated earlier, you had your keys to success. The Wolverines came. One of their big keys was to keep Duggar in the pocket, not let him beat you with his legs, and to also assert themselves on the offense, which we've seen them do. They had a decisive edge on offense. As for the keys, we gave the Wolverines the edge on offense. We gave the Indians the edge on the special teams, and we call the defense a toss-up. So as you've seen so far, it's been a pretty even match by these teams. Great football. One of the most important things, we just want these kids to come out, have a good time, show well for themselves, their families, and their schools, and to get out there healthy and get some good film so they can try to get to the next level. So as we go forward into the second half, we're going to have to see some adjustments by the Indians to do something to stop Deontay Superman Williams from asserting himself in the second half. And as for the Wolverines in the second half, we'll see if they do something to slow down Mr. Topek, who's been the Duggar for the Indians here in the second half. So we'll see what adjustments are made. Both of these coaches are in their fourth year, I believe. This is their fourth campaign as head coaches, and both of them are trying to get their team poised and set to make a deep playoff run. What adjustments are made, we'll see how these teams come out in the second half, and we look for a great second half. Welcome back live on Roxamore Sports to the Woodland Hills Wolverina 5A matchup, Penn Hills Indians versus the Woodland Hills Wolverines. The score at halftime, 12-7, the Wolverines leading. The Wolverines scored on two runs by their star quarterback, their field general, Deontay Superman Williams, and the Penn Hills Indians were led by their freshman quarterback, but their running back, Mr. Topek, scored their touchdown to give us a 12-7 game. The Wolverines attempted on two extra point attempts and failed on both of them, and that's where we are right now, getting ready to start the second half of the 5A matchup. Craig Thomas along with LaRon Rockymore, LaRon the Lion Rockymore. Great boxer in his own right.
Yes,
What's
sir.
going on with the boxing, sir?
Man, right now, it's hard to believe, but COVID-19 got us shut down for the moment. You know, I can't wait to pick it back up. But, you know, other than that, you know, we still training, we still be in the gym, still grinding, still got something to look forward to. But right now, what we got to look forward to is Woody versus Penn Hills.
So we look forward to seeing you get back in the ring soon, sir.
Absolutely,
But
absolutely.
back to just about set for kickoff here. Third quarter, live at the George A. Novak Field. Craig Thomas, along with LaRon Rockymore. Woodland Hills will receive the second half kick with the lead of 12-7. So Wolverines will get the ball first. And they're off. Deep kick, bounces at about the 20-yard line, picked up at about the 10, taken over the right side. He has a little room, and he makes a move, darts up inside the right hash, and is taken down at about the 40-yard line. That was a great run back by Gavin Yarborough. He's a senior, 5'11", 150-pound wide receiver. Great run back by that young man. No, it's tough to break through on this receiving core as wide receivers for the Wolverines. Wolverines are stacked with receivers, so we'll see what adjustments were made at halftime, and if Penn Hills could come out and stop this Wolverine attack with Deontay Williams, the field general. Wolverines come out, 3 wide receiver set. 2 wide receivers in the backfield. Shotgun formation for Deontay Williams. Motion, fakes the jet sweep, hands the ball off over the right side. He hands the ball off over the right side to Eric Siebels for a short gain. Bring up a second down and 8 yards to go. Ball is spotted just shy of the 39-yard line. The Wolverines come out, second down. 3 wide receivers set, 2 running backs. Deontay Williams is flanked by Siebels and Brooks. Shotgun formation. Motion from the right side, fakes it, hands the ball off the right side. Brooks is taken back, and he reverses field, and he looks like he has a convoy in front of him. He has great speed. And he's taken down for a gain of about 5 yards. So Taleem Brooks bounced the ball off the right side and they tried to bottle him up, and he bounced off the tackles, reverse field, cuts up the left sideline. He ran about 20 yards and gained about 4 yards. But it was a great run by the young man. Great effort.
Definitely interesting for how, you know, Woodland Hills used the same play to try to drive that up and gain some more yards off that same play.
So that brings up a third down and about a long 5 yards to go for the Wolverines. We'll see what they come out and 3 wide receiver set, 2 running backs. See if they throw the ball this series. They did not throw the ball one time. Williams is throwing. He has a receiver wide open. He goes up and high points the ball. Tariq Scipio, Great pass and catch. Just as the doctor ordered, get the ball to Scipio. Gets the ball down to the Penn Hills 31-yard line.
That's that catch we was looking for in the first half down in that end zone.
So the Indians like to come up and play you close. Sometimes they play a lot of bump and run. So if you can get past them, you just got to get the ball to your receiver. Tariq Scipio is one of the great receivers for the Wolverines. They're a great receiving core. They come out and 3 wide receivers set again. 2 running backs in the game. Deontay Williams shotgun formation. Hands the ball off. And Siebel's over the left side. He has a big gain. Gain of about, it looks like a gain of about 8 yards. So one of the adjustments you see in the second half, the Wolverines have come out, instead of coming out in a 4-receiver set, they've come out in a 3-receiver set with 2 running backs flanking Deontay Williams at all times. And it seems to be working for them so far as they are moving the ball deep into the Indians' territory with 8 minutes and 55 seconds left to go in the third quarter. The Wolverines are leading 12-7, 8:46. Shotgun formation. Trips with a motion from the right. Fakes the handoff, hands the ball off. Up the middle to, looks like Armani Bailey. Looks like he only needed 2 yards for the first down, and so it looks like a 1st and 10 for the Wolverines at about the 20-yard line as they're chewing up the clock here, starting out this third quarter. They found something that they like here with this formation, and they are driving the ball down the field on the Indians. So we'll see if the Wolverines have been running the ball, but we'll see if they get the ball into the hands of their playmaker, Deontay Williams. He's back in shotgun, hands the ball off over the left side to Siebels, and he gains of about, left side, he gains about 4 yards on the play. So that's a positive first down play when you can gain 4 yards.
I definitely respect the running game by Woodland Hills right now. You know, given the fact that they're not really, with them being in the lead and they're not really, you know, trying to push too hard. They're definitely just, you know, running the clock and just, you know, taking it easy right now. Not really targeting the end zone, but definitely creeping up their way to it.
Deontay Williams back to pass. He's under pressure. He has defender on him. He gets around the edge on the defender, and he gets close to the first down. So it looks like that'll bring up a 3rd down and 1 yard to go. So it looks like 3rd down. No doubt the Wolverines are in 4-down territory here as they get in the huddle, call their play. Looks like they need about a yard and a half for the first down. They stay with the 3 wide receiver formation, 2 running backs. Deontay in shotgun formation, hands the ball off over the left side. Look like Siebels gets up and is down for the first down. So it looks like it'll be
12-7 right now. Woody in the lead still. Penn Hills still 7 trailing behind.
So it's a 1st down and 10 for the Wolverines at about the 7-yard line. And we have a stoppage in play with 6 minutes and 5 seconds left to go here in the third quarter with the Wolverines leading the Indians. The backyard rivalry restored. The Wolverines trying to restore the roar at the Wolverina, George A. Novak Field. They are leading 12-7 over the Indians. So far, we've seen a great matchup here. Looks like Woodland Hills has come out of the locker room trying to impose their will and run the ball. They've only thrown 1 pass so far, and that was completed to Tariq Scipio, the great receiver of the Wolverines. But other than that, it's been Siebels and Brooks show and Williams show all the way down the field. So we'll see what they come out with. 6 minutes and 5 seconds left to go here. We're just about set for play. First and goal at about the 7-yard line. Wolverines come out just as we have a pause in play. The referees are holding the play. So it's a beautiful night here in Western Pennsylvania. Great night for football. Great to be a part of it all. Craig Thomas along with LaRon, the Lion Rockymore, my guest host tonight, as we are watching a great 5A matchup between two teams that know each other very well. Once again, we have a short stoppage in play. So what have you seen so far, LaRon?
So far, I see Woodland Hills really trying to up the running game. You know, it's just the fact that, you know, with the running game, is it more so like a tactic as in, you know, not really trying to advance, you know, too hard to where, you know, you cause a turnover, or is it just, you know, just creeping up just to get in the end zone?
So back to live play, shotgun formation. Deontay Williams hands the ball off over the right side for Taylor Brooks. He fights in, and he bowls over a couple of Indians, and he's in for a touchdown for the Wolverines. And Wolverines take the lead up to 18-7 over the Indians. They're stretching the lead out. Great drive coming out of halftime. Great adjustments by Coach Tim Bossert. Comes out of halftime, goes from a 4-receiver set to a 3-receiver set, has both of his playmakers in the game at the same time, Brooks and Siebels, and along with Deontay Williams, you have to pick your poison. You don't know where it's coming from.
This can definitely be a confidence changer for the Penn Hills Indians, but, you know, we'll see how they respond to it in the next series when they become on offense.
So Williams is back in the shotgun, going for two once again. He backs up, throws the ball to the right side corner once again for his big receiver. And it is definitely over the head of a receiver. Extra point is no good. I'm Craig Thomas, live on Roxamore Sports Network. We have a presentation with the Penn Hills Indians going against the Woodland Hills Wolverines. The Wolverines are leading 18-7, and we'll be right back. Live on Roxamore Sports Network, Friday night under the lights, the Wolverines are leading the Indians 18-7. The last score was by Talim Brooks over the right side for Pater to stretch the lead out. The Wolverines come out and kick the ball off, and it goes out of bounds, which will give the Indians the ball. Good field position at the 35-yard line. So we'll see what adjustments the Indians have, as this is their first possession in the second half. They'll come out and try to cut into this lead for the Wolverines. But both of these teams have come out, played a good game, and they are looking forward to a great season, as we all are here in Western Pennsylvania, live on Roxamore Sports. Make sure you tune in every Friday night. Watch us live, high school football in Western Pennsylvania. So we have stoppage in play. The referees calling for a ball. Not sure which ball they want. They have balls, but they want a specific one. So as they get set for play here, we'll see what adjustments the Wolverines come out with on defense And we'll see if the Indians can move the ball and cut into this lead of the Wolverines. With 6 minutes left to go here in the third quarter, 18-6 is the score here at the Wolverina. We're set for play. Duggar is back. He hands the ball off over the right side. Running back has some room, and he's up across the 40-yard line for a gain of about 7 yards on a first down. That's a great run. Great run on that first play there. So that brings up a 2nd down and 3. Duggar's in the shotgun formation, and the ball's over his head. Once again, bad snap. The snap was bad, but it could have been handled, but it looked like the freshman took his eye off the ball, which caused them to lose probably about 10 yards loss on that play. And so that'll bring up a 3rd down and about 15 yards ago.
These snaps are definitely going to cost Penn Hills. They got to get the snaps right. You know, the loss of yardage, the turnovers, you know, they're not needed right now with the score being 18-7, still trailing behind Woodland Hills.
So from their 30-yard line, 3rd down and about 15 yards to go. Duggar's back to pass. He looks left. He rolls left. He throws the ball deep. The ball is short, and it's almost intercepted. You had 2 Wolverines over there covering the receiver for the Indians. So that brings up a 4th down, and it looks like the Indians are going to have to punt the ball away. It'll be 4th down and about 15 yards to go. Silverman's a great kicker for the Indians. He's back to punt, and the snap is good. Punt is off, and it's decent kick. Bounce at about the 40-yard line. Picked up by the Wolverines. A great block, and he takes off up the right sideline, and he fights for yardage, and he's down at about the 46-yard line, where the Wolverines will take over.
So we ain't going to talk about how my man just got hit. Oh, my goodness.
So 1st and 10 for the Wolverines, taking over with 4 minutes and 23 seconds left to go here in the third quarter, leading 18-7 over the backyard rivalry, Penn Hills Indians. These young men are out here playing their hardest. They had a limited amount of practice. They were able to get their teams prepared and come out here and play, be ready to play, and they're fighting right now for bragging rights. So Deontay Williams comes out, shotgun formation, 4 wide receiver set, fakes the ball, he takes off up the middle, and Deontay Williams goes up and he gains about 9 yards on 1st down. So that's a great run on 1st down.
I say he probably might just have over 100 yards coming into this second half already.
So looks like the Indians, we'll see what adjustments they made, but they need to be spying on Deontay Williams because he's definitely a threat to run, but he also can get back there and chuck the ball deep. And he has a great receiving core with Amani Bailey, Tariq Scipio, and Eshawn Carter, who's all been playmakers for the Wolverines. So the Wolverines come out in a 4 wide receiver set, shotgun formation, fakes the ball on the jet sweep, hands the ball over the right side, and it looks like they have a 1st down. And we look like we have more laundry on the field. So it looks like it's going to be a penalty. Unsportsmanlike conduct on number 12.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. Man, keep that energy.
Unsportsmanlike conduct on number 12, Dante Pollard, and on the Wolverines. So it's offsetting foul, so it looks like it's going to be a 1st down for the Wolverines, so they're going to move the chains. So we are under the 4-minute mark here in the third quarter, at George A. Novak Field, where the Wolverines attempting to restore the war, and Deontay Williams rolls out the pocket, looks for his receiver, and he finds him close to the first star sticks, and the receiver is hit hard.
He sent him flying into the first goal post. Oh, my.
Great catch by that young man. Great reception.
Good hit by number 12 from Penn Hills.
Dante Pollard on a defensive hit. Great hit by that young man. That was a great reception for the Wolverines. 2nd down and 2 yards to go. We are under the 3-minute mark in the third quarter. The Wolverines are winning 18-7 over the Indians. Deontay Williams, the general, is back. Hands the ball off up the middle. Armani Bailey, it looks like he was lined up in the backfield. It looks like he picks up a Woodland Hills first down. So I love what the Wolverines did at halftime. They come out with the intention to shorten the game and exert themselves with the running game. And this second half, they've done just that. So it looks like a 4-wide receiver set, shotgun formation, jet formation, fakes the handoff to the right, and it looks like he spins up the middle. And he's taken down at about the 21-yard line. So that is Mr. Seabrus on the carry. Yeah, 21, Eric Siebels on the carry. And he is a junior, 5'10", 176 pounds, along with number 9, Taylon Brooks, who's been in the backfield all night. Deontay Williams rolls out to his left. He looks for a receiver, finds a receiver wide open. He cuts back across the middle. Touchdown for Woodland Hills.
Number 5,
Deontay Williams to
Daniels.
Omari Daniels, number 5. As he eluded the defenders, cuts up inside.
Cut through the middle, in there for the touchdown. Put another 6 on the board. Score 24, Woodland Hills, 7, Penn Hills. Penn Hills trailing behind further and further.
So with 1 minute and 17 seconds left to go, and the Wolverines going for their 2-point conversion, the Wolverines are up 24-7 over the Penn Hills Indians. Footnote on it, Penn Hills is a young team. They have a bunch of sophomores and freshmen playing, but they have a great program and a great history. Ball's handed off to the right side, keep it on the ground, and the Wolverines finally get the 2-point conversion. Is good to push the lead up to 26-7 over the Indians. Eric Siebel's on a 2-point conversion. So once again here, Friday Night Lights on Roxamore Sports Network. Craig Thomas along with LaRon the Lion Rockymore here at the George A. Novak Field, where the Wolverines look to restore the roar. Come out of halftime, they make some great adjustments, go to a 3-wide receiver set, 2 running backs in the backfield, exert themselves on the ground, and then here lately, Deontay Williams drops back, pass, rolls out to his left, and finds his receiver, Omari Daniels, short catch out in the flat. He makes a move to the inside, gets to the post, eludes 2 or 3 defenders, and takes it in for Pater, 6, to push the lead up for the Wolverines. So here we are. 1 minute and 17 seconds left. The end of the third quarter. The Wolverines leading 26-7 over a young Penn Hills team. And the kick is off. It stays in the middle of the field. Taken by an up back, and he gets around to about 30, across the 40-yard line. He's taken down at about the 45-yard line.
Oh, he was ready to go at him.
So once again, these young men have to keep their composure, continue to play good football. We don't want to see any extracurricular activity after the play. Make the play and go back to your sideline and go back to the huddle. So as Penn Hills comes out with their freshman quarterback, I'd have to note one of their players, number 65 for the Indians, Damon Moultrie, is offensive lineman for the Indians. He's a good young man. My mentor. It's good to see this young man out playing, doing a good job for his team, blocking hard. Ball's handed off over the right side to Topek, and it looked like he was stacked up right up at the line of scrimmage, and it's going to be a second down and 9 yards to go here. We have a player down on the field for the Wolverines. So 56 seconds left remaining here in the third quarter. I'm Craig Thomas along with LaRon, the Lion, Rockymore. And we have a great matchup in a 5A non-conference game with the Woodland Hills Wolverines versus the Penn Hills Indians. Backyard rivalry. And we have a young man down on the field. So while we have this young man down on the field, hopefully everything will be okay. These young men are excited to be out here as everyone has been quarantined for the last few months, and we're glad to be here live on Roxamore Sports, bringing you some live football coverage. High school, Western Pennsylvania, 5A backyard rivalry matchup with Woodland Hills. And we'll be right back on the Roxamore Sports Network. Welcome back on Roxamore Sports Network, live at the Wolverina. We had an injury timeout. The Wolverine player is hobbling off the field, number 30, Desmond Jackson, 6-foot senior running back, linebacker. Looks like he's okay, but good to see that young man up off the field and hobbling off with some assistance. So second down and 9 yards to go with 50 seconds left to go. 26 spelling, trailing Woodland Hills 26-7. Julian Duggar back at quarterback, takes the ball, he hands the ball off over the right side, and it looks like number 12 takes the ball and he continues to try to run.
They applying our pressure right now.
Dante Pollard off the right side for the Indians. Great run, so that's going to bring up a third down and 3. It looks like a second down and 3. Duggar takes the ball and he runs off the left side. And we have more laundry on the field. Looks like we have a penalty.
That tension between both teams really can make a good game out of these two teams.
So we have 6 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. And we have personal foul, unnecessary roughness after the play against Wolverines. So that's going to aid the drive for the Indians here. It's going to give them good field position. Starting out probably the beginning of the fourth quarter, they are inside the 30-yard line. So it looks like that's the end of the third quarters, ladies and gentlemen, with the Wolverines leading the Indians 26-7. Live at the Wolverina, George A. Novak Field. Woodland Hills coming out in their new jerseys, the turquoise jerseys, and the Indians coming out in their white jerseys, new for this year. But the Wolverines are looking good, come out motivated, and are playing good. So we have a great one. We're set up for a great one. Going into the fourth quarter, the Indians can go in and score. They can make this a close game and make it interesting going down the stretch. So we've seen some good football here in the second half. So we're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back. At the Woodland Hills Wolverina, George A. Novak Field, 5A matchup where the Wolverines are leading 26-7. The Indians are driving here at the start of the fourth quarter. They have the ball on the 29-yard line of the Wolverines. And the referee winds the clock. Duggar is back, shotgun, 4 wide receiver set, fakes the ball to Topek, rolls out to the right. He's under pressure, rolls back to the left. He's being pursued by the Woodland Hills Wolverines. He gets the corner. He's around the corner, and he's out of bounds. Out about the 25-yard line. That young man is very elusive, very poised. He got out of the pocket. He was looking for his receiver downfield. I was looking to see for this young man to hook up with his brother. I haven't seen him connect with his brother so far tonight. Julian and Jaden have not hooked up so far this evening, but look for that connection. Shotgun formation, hands the ball off over the right side to number 20, Jawan Brown, and he's taken down after he picks up a couple tough yards. He's going to make it a 3rd down and 3. But no doubt that the Indians are in 4-down territory.
Hopefully the Indians could definitely apply some more pressure, making this more of a game, make this more exciting. Because right now, Woodland Hills is definitely taking this one.
So I'm sure the Wolverines are content with the Indians running the ball and taking some time off the clock. Shotgun formation, hands the ball off deep, and the running back is hit immediately in the backfield, and he's taken down for a loss of about 4 yards. Great play by Frank Keys on the stop for the Wolverines. So that makes it a 4th down and 8 yards to go. So Duggar's back, shotgun formation, 4 wide receiver set, flank to the right. Woodland Hills is leading 26-7. 10 minutes left to go here in the fourth quarter. Duggar's back. He looks for his receiver. He's under pressure, and he goes down. The Wolverines get to him. Down.
Number 52, Woodland Hills.
Wolverines eat. Great play by the Wolverines. Turnover on downs for the Wolverines. So
Savon
now
Givner, number 52 for Woodland Hills. Good sack.
Great play by the Wolverines. They get a little pressure there. They bring the house, and they get Duggar back before he could even look for his receivers on 4th down, and he's sacked. Turnover on downs. Yeah, so the Wolverines have come out in the second half. They must have had some Wolverine meal in the locker room because they come out hungry and come out dominating the entire game. So here with 10 minutes and 25 seconds left to go, the Wolverines take over the ball on about their 34-yard line. Come out in a 4 wide receiver set, shotgun formation. Deontay Williams, flanked by Talene Brooks, hands the ball off over the left side to Brooks, and he fights for about 4 or 5 yards. So Taylene Brooks goes over the left side for a gain of 5 yards. And the clock is running. So shotgun formation, Wolverines come out, 4 wide receiver set. Motion with Armani Bailey, hands the ball off over the right side. I'm not sure. It looks like it was a quick whistle there. Taylon Brooks was rolled down at about the 38-yard line, brings up a 3rd down and 7. So we're under 10 minutes left to go here. So the Wolverines break the huddle, come out with trips to the left. 1 wide receiver, Tariq Scipio to the right. Deontay Williams gives them a hand signal, flanked by Taylene Brooks. Shotgun formation, snap is off, and it looks like Deontay Williams moves, and he fakes, slips out of a tackle, and he's taken down for a loss of about 8 yards there.
He definitely tried to fight it out for that one.
So the Wolverines got away from their adjustment at halftime where they came out with both of their running backs in with 3 wide receivers set, and they were able to run the ball effectively. You wonder why they got away from that set when they were dominating up the front with that set. But nonetheless, the Wolverines are back to kick. Their quarterback, Mr. Everything, Deontay Williams, is back to punt. Low snap, handled by Deontay Williams, high short kick, and it takes a bounce for the Wolverines, and it goes inside the 30-yard line, and it'll come dead at about the 25-yard line. So it looks like the Indians will take over with 7 minutes and 48 seconds left on the clock, trailing the Wolverines 26-7. And the Wolverines have come out in the second half and exerted their will as they've taken over. Haven't really thrown the ball that much, but they've come out and run the ball well against the Indians. LaRon, do you see Penn Hills making an opportunity here to try to get back in this game late in the fourth quarter?
I can see it, but they will have to start doing a lot of more pass plays because it definitely sees that we all see that the running game's not really working. So from my understanding, you know, I'm not that big on football, but I definitely see them having to do pass plays from here on out.
So we have time out on the field after the change of possessions here. Woodland Hills takes a timeout. I guess the coach didn't see something that he saw something he didn't like there. But it's been a greatly highly contested football game, 5A matchup, backyard rivalry between the Woodland Hills Wolverines and the Penn Hills Indians. The rivalry renewed. Western Pennsylvania football has been a long time coming. Good to see these teams playing each other as they are literally right on the border of each other as far as the cities are concerned. Woodland Hills pretty much runs up close to Penn Hills in certain areas. So these kids get to see each other. They know each other well. They haven't seen each other lately due to this COVID, but it's good to see these young men out here participating in football. Woodland Hills' next game, 9:25, will be at North Hills. And then after that, they'll play at Penn Trafford on 10-2. So we're just about set for play. Here late, 7 minutes and 48 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter. Woodland Hills leading the Penn Hills Indians in a backyard 5A non-conference rivalry renewed. As you see the Woodland Hills Wolverine bench getting excited, they jumping around, showing some enthusiasm. I know it feels good to these young men to come out and play as they didn't know that they were going to have they were going to have a season this year, and after having such a tough year last year, coming out 3-7 and improving their record, coming out this year determined to restore the roar, as they are trying to fight for their second victory in as many games. So the Indians just about set for play, shotgun formation. Duggar is back. And he looks over to 3 receivers set, 2 receiver flank, the 2 running backs were flanking the quarterback. Back to throw, throws the ball, hits number 3, completes the pass to about the 34-yard line.
Definitely a good pass, but to be more, effective in this game, I think they're gonna have to cover a lot more field. A lot more field. They have to get down to that end zone a lot faster. Just cover a lot more field.
2nd down and 2 for the Indians. Completion to number 3, Chase Barney. And he looks back to Barney once again. He gets him in the flat again. Ball is tackled by number 7, William Chamberlain, by the Wolverines. So the Wolverines are on defense. The Indians are driving, trying to get back in the game. 1st down and 10 at about the 45-yard line. Duggar's back to pass. He scrambles off to the left, and he takes off, and he gets out of bounds at about the 49-yard line of the Wolverines. And we have a Wolverine down on the field with 6 minutes and 47 seconds left on the clock. The Wolverines are leading the Indians 26-7. So as we take a small break here, we're going to look at the upcoming schedules for the Wolverines. Once again, they'll be at North Hills on 9/25 for a non-conference game, and then they will play Penn Trafford at Penn Trafford for a conference game on 10/2. And Penn Hills can look forward to a game next week at Kiski. And then the following week, Penn Hills has a game at home against Pine Richland, which should be a great matchup. So with 6 minutes and 47 seconds left to go here in the football game, Penn Hills took the lead early, but after that, Deontay Williams went into the booth and came out as Superman to take over the lead and take over this game and put his team ahead with 2 touchdowns. And they take over, and then Woodland Hills comes out in the second half and exerts themselves on the ground game, and they take the lead. And then the last score was a pass play for the Wolverines. They decided to finally throw the ball, and it looked like Eshawn Carter. No, that was Amari Daniels, excuse me. They had a great play on that touchdown to elude a couple of defenders and get into the end zone there. So here with 6 minutes and 47 seconds left to go, I'm Craig Thomas, along with my guest co-host, LaRon the Lion Rockymore, here Friday Night Lights, brought to you on Roxamore Sports Network. And this is game number 2 of the 2020 season for the Wolverines and their quest to restore the roar at Woodland Hills High School, Wolverina, the George A. Novak Field here in Turtle Creek, Pennsylvania, on a great night for football. Pretty cool here, but a great night for football nonetheless. And we're ready for play. Julian Duggan, quarterback, back, and it was a high snap. He handled the snap, and he looks on, he runs off to the left, and he looks downfield. He throws the ball deep, and it's almost intercepted. Pass was almost intercepted. He was looking for his brother. So he tried to get the ball to his brother downfield, Jaden Duggar, but the Woodland Hills Wolverines had that play defended. There was 2 defenders down there, and they were able to knock the ball away. So we are 3rd down and 4 yards to go with 6 minutes and 32 seconds left to go. And he hands the ball off to Topek, and he runs up the middle, and he looked like he gets a 1st down.
That was definitely a good run.
So the clock is running here as we approach the 6-minute mark. First down and 10 for the Indians at about the 41-yard line of the Wolverines. Looks like they come out with 4 wide receivers.
I know Penn Hills is going to start getting really impatient.
Duggar is back. He fakes the ball up the middle. He throws the ball deep. He has a receiver wide open and is broken up by the safety. Broken up by number 2 for the Wolverines. Tariq Scipio, receiver, safety, making plays for his team.
Definitely a good defensive play by number 2 of Woodland Hills. I know Penn Hills is going to start getting real impatient as the clock keeps to run down and they keep, not getting any fieldage over Woody.
So Julian Duggar, freshman quarterback, has showed himself well. Great arm strength. Back to throw the ball, and he throws the ball over the left side to a receiver, Chase Barney, number 3, incomplete. So it brings up 3rd down and 10 for the Indians. We are under 6 minutes, 5 minutes and 54 seconds left. Trips to the right, one receiver to the left, shotgun formation. And we have a stoppage in play here. Woodland Hills safety ties his shoe, stops the play for just a minute here. So it brings up a 3rd down and 10 for the Indians. Looks like we're tied up and we're ready for play. Trips to the right, Topek in the backfield with Duggar. Looks like looks to the sideline, gets the play. We have number 3 on the left side, Barney. He has a great cushion there. It's about a 10-yard cushion off that left side, and he hands the ball up the middle to Topek, and he runs the ball through the middle. Great run by Topek off the left side. Goes up the hash, gets the ball down deep in the Wolverine territory.
Beautiful run.
Looks like we have a Wolverine down on the field. So we take an official timeout. Yeah, so far tonight, I would have to say Topek has been one of the bright stars for the Indians. He's run hard all night long, trying to keep his team in the game, along with his quarterback there, Julian Duggar. They have both been very instrumental in the success of their team tonight. But the score right now is 26-7. The Wolverines are leading the Indians, and we have an injury timeout. Hopefully this young man will be able to get up here, and hopefully he's okay and it's not a very bad injury. We have people attending to him right now.
I know both teams playing here. Definitely the weather has to play a part because it is cold in September today. It is getting colder, but it's just, you would never think so soon would it only be in September,
So as we pause for the cause here, and hopefully they attend to this player, and hopefully his injury is a minor one, he'll be able to get up and walk off the field. And it looks like they're trying to pull him up right now. But make sure you guys get close to November 3rd. Make sure you vote. Be seen, be heard. Vote November 3rd. Let your vote be your voice. Great opportunity. Craig Thomas here, live at the Wolverina, along with LaRon, the Lion, Rockymore, standing in for my cohort, Sam the Lumberjack Timbers, who's off doing some family things. So we are bringing you the Woodland Hills, Penn Hills game, backyard rivalry, great football game. Woodland Hills is leading 26-7. Julian Duggar is back to pass, and he throws the ball. He hits a receiver, and he completes it to Carney. So one of the things I've seen since the Wolverines have gotten the lead, they've given Carney a big big cushion there over that left side where Duggar could go back and throw to him every time because they're playing off, just not trying to allow him to get by him. But the cushion is a little bit too big of a cushion.
With them being in the goal line, they're better off playing man here. You know.
Pass is picked off. Duggar, and interception by the Wolverines. And he's down the sideline to Reek Scipio. Great pick in the end zone.
Good interception by Woodland Hills.
So we saw something similar to that last week for the freshman Duggar. Those are just growing pains for the young man. He'll be better at this time next year, and I'm sure he'll get better as the season progresses. But he has a great upside for a freshman quarterback, but he did not look off the safety there, and Tariq Scipio took advantage of it, picks the ball off in the end zone, takes it back out. First down and 10 on about the 45-yard line for the Wolverines. So
at this point, I got to give it to Woodland Hills for this game. It don't seem like Penn Hills got this in their favor. Teams come out, and one team just got to be the better team at the end of the day. And I say Woodland Hills got this one.
So with just over 5 minutes and 8 seconds left to go in the game, Wolverines come out in a 4-wide receiver set, and they hand the ball off. Single setback. Eric Sebris on a carry, and it looks like the Indians are showing a little frustration there, but this is tough times for the Indians as they're not used to being on the losing end of this, as they have been the conference champs for the last 2 years. But once again, they have young players as they're playing a lot of freshmen and sophomores, and the Wolverines have a little more experienced team and a little bit better offense. Have you seen that tonight? So Wolverines 26, Deontay Williams back in shotgun, 4-wide receiver set, hands the ball. Eric Siebel's up the middle, and he's taken down for about a gain of about 4 yards.
There's not really much Woodland Hills got to do from here on out. They can just run the ball up, keep the clock running, pretty much just, wear the game out. They know they got this. They're confident. There's nothing else they can ask for. They took this game.
So about 3 minutes and 45 seconds left to go in the game. Wolverines leading the Indians 26-7 here at George A. Novak Field, Western Pennsylvania, 5A matchup. Looks like we have a stoppage in play here. Delay a game for the Wolverines, and we'll march it off. And it'll be a 5-yard penalty. We'll bring up a third down and about 12 yards to go. But the Wolverines are looking good in 2020. They come out. Coach Bostard has his team ready to play as they get off to the score holds true, a 2-0 record. Great win against a backyard rivalry, a good team, battle-tested team for the Indians. Deontay Williams takes the ball off to the left side. He fakes the ball, and he goes down for a gain of about 7. So that'll get the clock under 3 minutes here by the time we snap the next snap. So that'll bring up a 4th down and 4 for the Wolverines.
Deontay Williams looks a little hurt on the field. Yeah. I hope he can pull through. With there being under 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, Deontay Williams, the punter and the quarterback and the kicker and defensive back. He does everything. So look like the Wolverines are going to have to take a timeout because he went off the field with a cramp. So that young man has laid it all out there on the field today. Great to see it so far. So we have a timeout, and we're going to take a short break here at the Wolverina, and we'll be right back on the Roxamore Sports Network. Welcome back live at the Wolverina on Roxamore Sports Network. I'm Craig Thomas, along with my guest co-host, LaRon the Lion Rockymore, as the Wolverines have a lead here of 26-7 over the Penn Hills Indians deep in the fourth quarter. Look, Wolverines looking to go to 2-0, start out a great season. Deontay Williams back to kick, and he just gets the ball and kicks it off. Deep kick, gets it away good. Bounces at about the 15-yard line and is touched dead about the 16 or 17, where the Indians will take over with just over 2 minutes and 30 seconds left to go here in the fourth quarter. So this second half has been all Woodland Hills. The Indians have mustered up a drive, and they get the ball deep into Woodland Hills territory, and a young quarterback for the Indians, Julian Duggar, is picked off by great wide receiver and defensive back Tariq Scipio, and takes the ball out and did not allow the Indians to score here. So right now, the Indians have the ball at about the 17-yard line. Duggar is back, the pass. He throws the ball to his brother, and a catch is made. Duggar to Duggar. Jaden Duggar on a reception. We were looking for that to be a very instrumental connection for tonight, but that didn't materialize well.
You know, you can see how, you know, he really just has that trust in his brother to just get the ball. You know, you can see it, and you can see it in their chemistry. But it just doesn't seem to be.
Duggar's back, shotgun formation, 4 wide receivers. He rolls off to the right, throws the ball complete to his receiver, and he's taken across the 30-yard line. Chase Barney on a reception. So we are under 2 minutes here at the Wolverina. And if it holds true, the Woodland Hills Wolverines will be off to a 2-0 start. Great comeback for the Wolverines to restore the roar at the George A. Novak Field. Great win over the Penn Hills Indians. So with 1 minute and 30 seconds left, Duggar's back to pass. Has a little time, a little pressure now. He rolls off to the left, and he throws the ball. And he's taken down number 12, Dante Pollard, on a reception. Gets the ball up to about the 46-yard line. So, would you being the guest host, LaRon, we have to pick our TNT player of the game.
Oh, if I pick a player of the game, I gotta give it to Deontay Williams. You know, with me having, you know, friends on both teams, and you know, I don't really have a favorite. You know what I mean? I like both teams. They both play hard. They both are champions of the sport. You know, the person to show out and make a name for himself is Deontay Williams for sure. I keep seeing him do his thing. You know. And, you know, I just got to say I'm proud to see that, you know what I mean, he's a star of the sport, you know.
So that would be, I would concur with you on that selection, as we call and we name Deontay Williams as the TNT Roxamore player of the game for tonight for the Wolverines. Deontay has played well on defense, led 4 scoring drives on offense, kicked the ball, kicked off. So he's pretty much done everything to help his team stay in the game. So tonight's player of the game would be Deontay Superman Williams. So back to live play, 1 minute and 3 seconds left. Duggar throws the ball off to the left. Brings up a 4th down and 10 for the Indians with 1 minute left on the clock, as it looks like Penn Hills is going to fall to 0-2, which is uncharted territory for them. 2 years ago, they went to the States and ran the table. Last year, they were conference champions, but they graduated a lot of good players, got a lot of good young men into school. But the Wolverines are on the upside here. Duggar's back to pass, and he throws the ball, and it's incomplete. Turnover on downs. So Deontay Williams can come out now and basically kneel down and end this game as the Wolverines begin to celebrate here.
Hey, only under a minute left in this fourth quarter. You know, I wouldn't even consider playing at this point. You know, I just take the knee. You know, call it a game. Both teams play hard. You know, just one had to come out on top.
So taking a quick look back, the Wolverines played decent on special teams. They put a lot of pressure on Julian Duggar, and they kept him pretty much bottled up to the best of their ability. He still got, his runs in, but they were able to keep him from making big plays. They actually came out in the second half. The Wolverines came out in the second half and kept the Penn Hills defense off balance and was able to take control of this game. So Deontay Williams, quarterback for the Wolverines, takes a kneel down. Tariq Scipio is playing safety on offense. So we're down to 45 seconds left to go here on the clock as he'll let the clock wind down. So the Wolverines, one more kneel down, and that's it. I think that's it, ladies and gentlemen. That would be the ball game as the Wolverines quest to restore the roar as they move on. If you get an opportunity later in the season to come out and support these young men, they are determined and playing football well here at the Wolverina, George A. Novak Field. Great game by Coach Bossert. Great game by the players. Good, clean game by the Indians. Tough game to come into the Wolverina and lose. But at the final score of tonight's game, Woodland Hills 26, the Penn Hills Indians 7, here live on Roxamore Sports Network Friday night under the lights. We're going to take a short break and we'll be right back. Come back live at the Woodland Hills Wolverina, where if you just noticed and seen the Penn Hills Indians defeated by the Woodland Hills Wolverines by a score of 26-7. And it looks like a presentation going on the field here where Deontay Williams was just name called out. But we've seen a decisive victory by the Wolverines here as they pretty much dominated the Indians in the second half. First half of play was good. Teams went up and down the field. There was a few penalties, a couple opportunities, but the second half, the halftime adjustments by Coach Bossert, they came out. Wolverines came out of the locker room and dominated the second half of play, leaving the Indians with a loss, 26-7. Here, a backyard rivalry. The Wolverines are on the field celebrating. Great opportunity for these young men to play football. A great night of football here in Western Pennsylvania. I'm Craig Thomas, along with LaRon, the Lion, Rockymore. Thank you for joining us. Join us next week live on Roxamore Sports. And once again, we have to look at our play of our quarterback here in Woodland Hills. What did you see, LaRon, out of Deontay Williams?
I saw there was definitely a fire in him, It was definitely a star in him, He definitely got a future in this sport, without a doubt. We all saw that tonight. We saw it last week. He keeps putting on the show. He keeps, growing with his team. I'm proud. I could say, there's definitely a superstar within him that's just waiting to come out, and there's more to him. This wasn't just it. There's definitely more to him.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what this young man can do. This is year 2 for him at quarterback. Never played quarterback before. Also, he's the point guard on the basketball team. So this young man leads the basketball team. So it's natural for him to come out and lead the football team, doing everything he can to will his team to victory. So as we see, the young man has gotten a presentation here, and he is our player of the game, the TNT Roxamore player of the game as well. Deontay Williams, great performance by the Wolverines overall, offense and defense. Special teams was okay. They did enough to win the game, but Woodland Hills defense came to play. They played well against a very elusive young quarterback. Julian Duggar, he was a good young man. He has a bright future ahead of him. So hats off to the Indians on a great game.
Absolutely. They definitely play hard, without a doubt.
So things got out of control for the Indians the second half, as it did this week, as the same thing happened last week as they played up at North Allegheny. They played a close game at North Allegheny up until the end of the third quarter, and then it got out of hand last week for them at the end of the third quarter. But the Wolverines are looking ahead now to next week's game, as they will be traveling to play at North Hills on Friday night at 7 p.m. And then after that, the Wolverines will be going to Penn Trafford to play, while Penn Hills is off to play Kiski. And the following week, they will play at home against Pine Richland. So, great game tonight. Very well played game. All the young men got out of here, for the most part, healthy. And pretty clean play in the second half. But great opportunity to see these young men play. So thank you for joining us on Friday Night Lights here from the Wolverina. I'm Craig Thomas, along with my co-host, LaRon the Lion Rockymore, live on Roxamore Sports. Thank you. Have a great night.